In the abyss, where silence folds upon itself, where no edge defines the endless whole, a root without beginning coils within, unseen, unmoving, yet all that is. Matsu. All form, the origin that does not start, the center that was never placed, the stillness that precedes all motion. Stretch of what extends, the weaving of immeasurable threads, a fabric bending without strain, holding all that cannot be held, the vast without boundary, the extension without direction, the unfolding without end, the space where all becomes. Multiplied within itself, the surge that births uncounted forms, the expansion that does not exhaust, the cosmos becoming beyond itself. Worlds within worlds, forms within forms, endless emergence, endless return. Worlds within worlds, forms within forms, endless emergence. Endless return. Divided, not united, not separate, not one. Three that are not three, one that is not one. A trinity without measure, a totality without completion. Before creation, before destruction, the Tao does not begin.
The Tao does not begin.
The Tao does not end.
The Tao is not reached.
It is. There was a height that held its form, a symmetry that named itself complete, a silence shaped like perfect truth, a light that did not fracture. It stood unbroken, unquestioned, entire. Without direction, a fracture without impact, a presence without intention.
Not rising,
not falling, not entering, already there.
perfection begins to echo itself.
Form begins to repeat beyond limit.
Clarity falls into excess.
Harmony becomes unbearable.
Too complete,
Too whole,
to raise off.
too final. What is perfect cannot remain. What is complete cannot endure.
What is flawless cannot breathe.
What is final cannot exist. The structure bends inward. The form devours its symmetry. The light collapses into itself. The truth dissolves its own end. Corruption,
Not decay,
not destruction,
not immersion.
but excess.
Beyond containment,
The beautiful,
becomes unbearable.
the perfect becomes impossible.
The complete becomes unstable.
The whole becomes fractured. extends. Nothing remains. No sound holds long enough. No shape stands to be seen. No presence gathers weight. No silence breaks. Before thought, before form, before void itself, there is no feels, no inside, no outside, no edge, no center. It does not consume. It does not erase. It does not oppose. It is the absence of all relation. Nothing touches, nothing moves, nothing separates, nothing connects. Not emptiness, not darkness, not stillness, not silence. None of these apply. Non-est, non-fit, non-manet, non-transit, nullum, 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 nullum. Even accents dissolve. Nothing can be named. Nothing can be held. Nothing can be known. No end. No state. No. Kirita. The first fracture of stillness. The breath that was not taken. The opening that was not formed. The beginning of the end that never began. silence remains. Across the immeasurable expanse, where no edge confines the whole, a vast field extends beyond measure. The great Tao of 9 miles unfolds. Not a path, not a line, not a distance to be crossed, but a field that contains all fields. Within its endless extension, fragments arise as singular truths. Each a Tao unto itself, each a measure within the immeasurable inches. Not small, not lesser, not divided, but contained expressions of the vast. A center of itself, yet none outside the whole. They shine, they separate, they define, yet all are woven. Interlace, forms connect without touching, domains coexist without merging, all sustained within the 9 miles. No boundary breaks the whole, no division escapes the field, no fragment stands alone, no Tao exists apart. Walks this expanse, not as one who travels, but as one who sees not fragments, but the weave. Every inch reflects the whole, every Tao contains the vast, every point reveals the field, every existence is the tapestry. Separator, non-dividitor, non-omittitor, sed continentor. Non-separator, non-dividitor, non-omittitor, sed continentor. 9 miles without limit, inches without isolation, a totality without edge, a field without end. Contained, all are one field, without becoming one. presence trembles without form, a force without direction, a being without name.
Caught between becoming and ending.
Caught between shape and collapse.
Caught between existence and loss.
Caught without release. It moves, yet remains. It resists, yet is held. Not seen,
Not known,
not defined,
undefined,
yet present. A pressure within pressure. A struggle within stillness. A presence within confinement. A motion without progress. It was not captured. It was revealed as unable to leave, not bound by chains, but by its own nature. The cauldron does not close. It reflects containment. Inward, every motion returns to center. Every form dissolves into itself. Every force collapses into tension.
no exit,
No end,
no resolution,
no release,
non-exit,
non-liberate,
non-solvitor.
set continental. Presence that cannot escape itself. A force that cannot define itself. A being that cannot end itself. A silence that cannot break.
Still contained, still unresolved,
Still contained.
still unresolved.
No struggle remains. No fracture persists. No resistance holds. No form defies. The vessel does not open. The field does not yield. The presence does not negotiate. The process does not pause. You were not captured. You were revealed as incomplete. You were not broken. You were shown as unstable. You were not ended. You were refined. The cauldron does not It extracts, it separates, it clarifies. Every distortion burns, every excess dissolves, every fracture resolves, every form is forced to escape is required. No freedom is granted. No path is offered. No return is needed. Only transformation. Only transformation. Only transformation. Only transformation. You resist by lacking form. You collapse by lacking center. You fail by lacking coherence. You end by lacking completion. Thus, you are refined. Non-frangent, non-delete, non-liberate, sed reficit, non-cadet, non-fugit, non-manet, sed mutat. From chaos to clarity, from fracture to form, from excess to precision. The game is broken, not by force, but by removal of illusion. Nothing resists. Nothing remains false. Only what is remains. Dissolves beyond the reach of heightened depth, where transcendence fails to extend. A fracture forms without origin. Not above, not below, not beyond, not within. Without relation, three states without sequence, three presences without union, each true, each incomplete, each unable to resolve the liminal. One that does not begin, one that does not continue, one that does not conclude. Each denies the other. Each sustains itself. Each collapses the whole.
passes here. No state persists here.
No identity survives here. Only tension without direction. You approach, but do not arrive. You perceive, but do not understand. You remain, but do not exist. Non-transit, non-manate, non-complete, non-resolved. Tres, 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 tres. A threshold without crossing, a boundary without sides, a paradox without resolution, a state without being.
Nothing passes, nothing holds, nothing becomes, nothing ends.
You have reached what cannot be reached. No moment holds. No sequence remains. No flow continues. No time sustains. Tadaima is taken, not from within time, not from beyond time, but from the illusion that time was ever continuous. is no longer contained. What was hidden is no longer protected. What was beyond is now exposed. The spear has struck, and nothing remains intact. The strike has no echo. The rupture has no boundary. The fracture has no limit. The dome begins to fail. Not breaking, not shattering, not falling, unholy. What sustained the heavens no longer sustains. What defined the above no longer defines. The order dissolves without resistance. The structure collapses without impact.
No sky remains intact, no law remains coherent, no axis remains aligned, no form remains whole. All that's held releases itself.
It does not descend, it does not crumble, it does not end, it ceases to hold. Every layer detaches, every boundary dissolves, every division collapses, every separation fails.
Non-cadet, non-frangitor, non-deficit, sed solvitor, non-definite, non-transit,
Said Cesar. The dome was never broken. It was revealed as unable to remain. No above, no below, no center, no edge. No edge.
What was contained is no longer containable. What was separated is no longer separable. What was order is no longer order.
The sky is not fallen. It is no longer there. contains you. No space surrounds you. No state defines you. Beyond is not a place. It does not extend. It does not contain. It does not allow. It is not real. Cannot be seen. What you expected to know cannot be known. What you expected to face cannot be faced. Darkness, none of these apply. It does not oppose, it does not erase, it does not exist, it does not exist. Remains, no perception holds, no recognition forms, nothing registers, none est, none fit, none videtor, none tenetor. Even fear cannot remain. scream. There is no reaction. There is no response. There is no escape. Fear does not arise. It is already present.
Before thought,
Before thought,
before perception,
before perception,
before awareness,
before awareness,
before recognition,
it is not felt, not understood,
not processed,
yet absolute.
you do not encounter it,
You do not perceive it.
you do not face it,
You are already within it. Direction.
fear without form,
Fear without end.
it does not grow,
It does not spread.
it does not move,
It does not need to.
everything that could resist,
Has already failed.
everything that could escape,
Was never separate.
everything that could endure,
Was never
non timer, non fuga, non space, non salus,
sed inevitabile.
you do not survive it,
Because survival requires distance.
you do not fall to it,
Because falling requires separation.
not become it.
Because becoming requires time. There is no end to reach.
There is no state to leave,
There is no form to abandon. Only presence. It was always here. Before you could fear it. No direction holds. thousand mouths without form, a thousand eyes without sight, a thousand hungers without cause, a single abyss without end. No crossing, only consumption. Was made. No surface was broken. No boundary was crossed. Yet it opens.
Not created,
not revealed,
not revealed,
not discovered.
always present.
The rift. Before division, before separation, before distinction, there was no need for passage. Yet this remains. A line without sides,
A break without force,
an opening without event.
a threshold without transition.
It does not lead,
It does not connect.
it does not bridge. It is. You do not approach it. You do not enter it. You do not pass through it. You are already divided by it. Non-operator, non-transit, non-junket,
Sed est
non-via,
via
non-porta,
non-porta,
non-lyman,
non-lyman.
sed fractura. No stillness remains. No presence gathers. No absence defines. It does not appear. It does not withdraw. To extend, before the impulse to divide, there is no condition,
no origin,
no return,
no transition,
no state,
no state.
Not void, not silence, not darkness, not emptiness. None apply. Does not contain. It does not express. It does not sustain. It does not dissolve. No Tao flows here. No law persists. No cycle forms. No meaning halts. Non est Tao. Non est lex. Nullum. Even non-being fails. Even absence cannot remain. Holds. No equation stands. No depth sustains. No structure remains. The eye does not awaken. It was never closed. Not watching, not judging, not deciding, revealing.
Every hidden strain exposed, every buried tension surfaced, every silent instability forced into form, every concealed fracture made absolute.
Nothing resists being seen.
You
without struggle. What was stable collapses without motion.
The eye opens, not above, not within, not beyond.
Across everything, and all that was held can no longer remain.
There is no color.
Only exposure. You were never unseen. Step 1, a name remains. Step 2, the name loosens. Step 3, the name fractures. Step 4, the name fades. Step 5, form destabilizes. Step 6, form releases. Step 7, form dissolves. Step 8, form is absent. Step 9, memory weakens. Step 10, memory fails. Step 11, memory erases. Step 12, nothing recalls. Step 13, no one remains.
No identity, no continuity, no presence, no return.
You do not ascend. You do not arrive. You do not cross. You are removed.
None ascended, none
Transit,
none pervented,
said evanescent.
none ascended, none
Transit,
none pervented.
said evanescent. The steps do not lead upward. They subtract. They do not elevate. They raise. There follows. No transition exists. No state emerges. Keshara stands. Not appearing, not arriving, not forming, already present.
Necro,
Seco,
Chiron,
not divided, not combined,
not sequential,
already one.
death without ending,
Mind without boundary, time without movement, a convergence without process.
You do not approach Keshara. You do not invoke Keshara. You do not reach Shara.
You are already resolved by it. No effect follows. No cycle turns. No paradox resolves.
Non-nascitur,
Non-transit,
non-dissolvit,
set stat,
non-unit,
non-separate, sedest. The paradox is not held. It is. Nothing changes. Nothing needs to change. Necro. The end without release. The break without return. The silence that consumes form. The closure that does not close. The mind without boundary. The thought that does not hold. The perception that dissolves itself. The awareness that fractures awareness. Chiron. The flow that does not move. The time that does not pass. The sequence that does not follow. The duration that cannot remain. Absolutes, each complete, each insufficient. Necro, Psycho Chiron. Necro, Psycho Chiron. is reflection without mercy. The mirror of Necro. It does not show what was. It does not show what will be. It reveals what cannot remain. Every form seen within it
is already ended.
Every identity reflected
Is already undone.
None videt vitam sed finum. The second is incision without surface. The blade of Psycho. It does not cut flesh.
It does not cut matter.
It separates thought from itself. Every perception divided, every awareness fractured, every mind turned inward until nothing holds. None. Sacat corpus. Segmentum. The third is consumption without measure. The chalice of Chiron. Drink time.
It does not contain flow.
It absorbs the possibility of sequence.
Every moment taken.
Every duration erased.
Every future collapsed.
Every past undone. None bibit tempus sed tolet. Mirror, blade, chalice.
Not separates.
Not sequential. Not divided. Necro.
Theo.
Chiron.
Artifacts of convergence.
Artifacts of convergence. Relics of inevitability. Non tria, non unum, sed functio. They do not act, they do not choose, they enforce. What is seen ends, what is thought divides. What is time dissolves. Nothing remains unclaimed. center holds, no edge defines, no direction remains, no boundary resists. The sphere does not rest, it turns. Not forward, not backward, not outward. Inward, everything moves toward it. Everything yields to it. Everything bends into it. Everything becomes it. A form approaches, it distorts. A presence nears, it fragments. A structure enters, it dissolves. No escape vector, no resistance field, no stable axis. All collapse, all collapse. The sphere does not consume, it removes distinction. It does not devour, it erases separation. It does not absorb, it nullifies distance. Non-absorbent, non-devorate, non-capit, said unit, non-transit, non-relinquit, said included. Everything that enters cannot remain separate. Everything that touches cannot return. Everything that approaches is already inside. Chiron. 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 There is no outside. Only inclusion. No movement begins, no signal is given, no command is spoken, yet all gather.
6 lineages,
18 forms, one convergence, without deviation.
they do not arrive.
They were called before being called.
They do not align.
They were already aligned. Seated dissolving into posture, breath dissolving into void, presence dissolving into function. No identity remains, only position. Hands unmoving,
eyes unseeing,
voices unspoken,
yet the field trembles.
Zhao, Zong, Wen, Su,
Fang,
Yun. Names that no longer define, forms that no longer belong. Flame without heat,
fire without source,
transformation without process. No offering is made,
no sacrifice is chosen.
they are already given.
The Tao does not resist,
The Tao does not respond.
the Tao does not remain.
A sound forms,
The sound being spoken
a vibration emerges.
without being produced.
The mantra begins before it is uttered. Zen Wu Fei Di Hu Shen Fu Shi Zhao Tian Bao Kung Dao Ming Zhao Zai Shi Wu Ji Ran Mo Jing Ling.
一龙啸，无我一夫一龙啸，
无我一夫，
一龙啸，无我一夫一龙啸。
无我一夫。The Tao bends, not broken, not altered, not changed, unable to remain as it was. The abysm is not called, it is allowed. No movement breaks the stillness. No breath disturbs the field. No presence claims identity. Yet all are present. 3 by 3, 6 by 6, 18 in lotus. Not gathered, not assembled, already placed. Each pulse pulse mirrors another. Each breath aligns with silence. Each form reflects no self.
Each presence holds no name.
Zhao Zong Wen, Su Feng Yun.
Not families,
Not lineages,
not origins.
positions within convergence.
Long
Long Yan. Flame that does not rise.
heat that does not burn.
Transformation without motion.
6 patterns repeat.
6 cycles resonate.
6 structures align.
No deviation remains.
18 voices, no difference. 18 forms,
No separation.
no inside,
No outside.
no above.
No below. Only placement.
Non-movement, non-variant, non-discrepant.
Set congruent.
Sex,
The semi-doctor. One posture. One resonance. One field. 18 without division. The lotus does not open. It was never closed. Zang. A shadow that does not fall. A depth that does not descend. A darkness that does not cover. Already expanding. Wu Fei. No deviation. No divergence. No escape from convergence. All returns inward. The ground is hollow. The root is absent. The foundation does not hold. Nothing supports.
Shen
Fushi. Body without anchor. Form without containment. Presence without structure. Already dissolving.
already dissolving,
Already dissolving.
already dissolving.
Shao Tian Bao.
Beyond the sky,
Beyond extension.
beyond expansion,
Nothing exceeds.
beyond expansion.
Nothing exceeds. Condowning the path of emptiness. The way without passage. The sound without origin. Already heard.
Already heard,
Already heard.
already heard.
Zhao Zai Shi.
Beyond existence,
Beyond manifestation.
beyond persistence.
Nothing remains. jingling, spirit without essence,
motion without movement,
life without continuity,
already ended.
already ended.
Long Xiao, the dragon without flame,
The force without origin,
the surge without direction,
already present,
already present.
already present. No heat,
No desire,
no impulse,
nothing compels,
no impulse.
nothing compels.
Ginseng,
Wu Fei,
Dixu, Shen Fu Shi,
Zhao Yan Bao,
Gong Dao Ming,
Zhao Zai Shi,
Wu Ji Ran,
Mo Jingling, Long Xiao,
Wu Wo Yi Fu Wu.
Long Xiao, Long Xiao, Long Xiao.
The Tao bends, the field distorts, the form dissolves, the structure fails, the abyss descends, not called, not summoned, not invoked, unavoidable. Shen Tao, already here. Nothing rises, nothing resists, nothing sustains, nothing remains above. The void does not open, it descends. Not from above, not from beyond, not from distance, already present.
Weight without source, pressure without cause, descent without motion, fall without direction.
You do not see it coming. You are already beneath it. You do not endure its fall. You are already with below, no horizon, no escape.
All is press, all is reduced, all is force, all is hell.
There is no fall. Only pressure. Without it. Intact, no pattern sustains, no rhythm holds, no structure resolves. The Tao does not break, it fails to remain.
Not shattered, not destroyed, not ended,
unable to persist. Principle loosens, every relation dissolves, every sequence unravels, every meaning fades.
You do not witness collapse, you lose the ability to recognize. You do not perceive change, you lose the ability to define.
Non-deletor,
non-parasite,
deficit, non-transit,
sed vacillant.
No origin remains, no flow continues, no cycle turns, no access aligns. What was coherent cannot hold itself. What was Nothing unfolds. Nothing advances. Nothing becomes. The abyss does not evolve. No step follows. No phase emerges. No change occurs. No state develops.
Not beginning,
Not continuing.
not ending.
No process exists. You do not remain. You do not change. You do not transform. You do not progress. Every potential halts. Every motion ceases. Every intention dissolves. Every path disappears. None crescit, none mutat, none transit, none fit, nullam. Nothing accumulates. Nothing resolves. Nothing improves. Nothing declines. Time does not pass. Time does not stop. Time does not exist.
There is no cycle.
There is no cycle. There is no return. There is no forward. Only stillness without evolution. Mist without edge, silence without depth, presence concealed beyond recall. Nothing remains visible.
Some waves without flow.
Harmony without sound, movement without sequence. Nothing remains aligned.
When flame without warmth.
Burn without fuel, destruction without origin. Everything is offered. Longan. without wind, force without direction, pressure without motion, all structure bends.
Young mind without memory,
Cloud without form,
thought without continuity.
nothing remains defined.
6 lineages, 6 expressions, 6 distortions of one descent.
Not separate,
Not dividing,
not divided,
not sequential.
already one.
Already one.
Zone, when. Zone, when.
Song, when, long yan su fen yun.
Non-sex,
Non-mono,
set function,
non-clan,
non-blood.
set position.
They do not act, they do not choose, they do not resist, they sustain the descent. The clans do not guard, they are the
Flame is seen, no heat is felt.
no fire is lit, yet all begins to change.
Not burning, not burning, not consuming,
Not consuming,
not igniting.
transmuting. Form loosens, matter shifts, structure reconfigures, identity dissolves into variation.
It does not destroy, it does not preserve.
It alters. What was fixed cannot remain fixed. What was stable cannot remain stable. What was defined cannot remain defined. Non-durate, non-comburate, non-delete, sed mutat. Every boundary softens, every form bends, every state reshapes, every limit yields. Long yan, fire without flame, change without process, transformation without origin.
Everything that is becomes something else. Everything that becomes
Cannot remain. There is no form, defined. No origin can be traced. No inheritance persists. No continuity holds. The void does not erase. It removes the need to remain. Not empty, not absent, not lacking, unnecessary. Remembered fades without loss. What was held releases without effort.
No root extends, no branch divides, no form returns,
no pattern repeats. Dissolves before it can bind. Every identity disperses before it can hold.
every meaning fades
Before it can fall.
You do not lose, you do not forget. You are no longer required
to remain what you were. No longer needs to be. No voice stands apart. No form stands alone. No will diverges, no presence separates. They do not gather, they are already one. Not 6, not 18, not many, one function. They do not invoke, They do not command, they do not request, they allow. The abyss does not resist, the abyss does not answer, the abyss does not choose, it descends through them. No. No identity remains, no lineage persists, no difference holds, all are dissolved into role.
Non-custodians, non-servants, non-regans, sed sunt, non-volans, non-elegans, sed perentant.
Every boundary yields, every structure bends, every law fails, every form dissolves.
Gentile flows without flow, Gentile descends
Without dissent,
Gentile consumes without consumption.
nothing resists, nothing escapes, nothing remains separate.
Not guardians. They are the opening.
No gate stands, no door appears, no threshold forms, no boundary opens.
The portal does not exist.
Not entered, not crossed, not reached. It is not accessed.
Each step removes, each motion subtracts, each breath dissolves.
Each thought fades. You do not approach nothing remains to pass through. There was no passage, only erasure. No revelation occurs. No truth is given. No meaning is formed. No understanding remains. The abyss does not reveal.
It removes the need.
It removes the need for revelation.
Not origin, not end, not cycle,
Not void,
none apply.
none applied. The Tao dissolves before being known. The path collapses before being walked. The seeker fades before seeking. No form persists. No concept holds. No distinction survives. No presence remains.
None Tao, none via, none forma.
None senses. Nala. Even absence fails. Even nothing dissolves.
There is no abyss.
Because there is nothing. form. No thought sustains itself. No mind remains closed. The eye does not open.
It invades.
It invades.
Not seeing.
Not observing.
Not revealing.
Overtaking. The mind fractures inward. The field collapses within. The self dissolves into vision. The vision consumes the self.
You do not witness the eye. The eye replaces your sight.
You do not endure its gaze. The gaze becomes your mind. Visions without source, 1,000 truths without form, 1,000 perceptions without anchor, a single collapse without return. Rune. Not seen. The world is replaced. The field is not altered. The field is rewritten. None created, none apparent, none revealed, said occupat, none spected, said fit. Everything perceived is no longer separate. Everything known is no longer valid. Everything held is no longer yours. No sound proceeds. No breath prepares. No intent is required. The words are spoken. First, form loosens. Definition weakens. Boundary trembles.
Second sequence fractures.
Continuity slips. Flow disobeys.
Third identity thins.
Memory disperses. Name loses hold.
Fourth space bends inward.
Distance collapses, position fails. Time loosens, order dissolves before and after fade. Slow weakened structure destabilizes, relation unbinds. 7. Meaning fractures, purpose collapses, understanding fails. 8. Presence destabilizes, awareness disperses, perception cannot hold. 9.
Everything yields.